Hope is the thread that weaves dreams into reality, transforms despair into determination, and shapes our journey towards a brighter future. At every juncture of life, it is hope that whispers softly, encouraging us to carry on, even when the world appears to crumble around us. The essence of hope is deeply embedded in the teachings of Buddhism, a profound spiritual tradition that provides invaluable guidance on how to maintain hope in the face of adversity. In this video, we will delve deep into the spiritual teachings of Buddhism to uncover the treasures of wisdom and inspiration it offers. By the end of this journey, we hope to instill within you a renewed sense of hope and a profound understanding of why you should never lose hope in your life. The seed of hope. Hope is a simple word, yet it carries profound significance in our lives. It is the gentle nudge that encourages us to keep moving forward when we face insurmountable challenges. It is the beacon of light that guides us through the darkest of tunnels. Buddhism, one of the world's major religions and a spiritual path to enlightenment, holds hope as a central tenet of its teachings. The seed of hope is sown in the very essence of our existence, as the Buddha himself proclaimed. Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha, recognized the inherent suffering in human life and sought a path to alleviate it. In this search for truth and liberation, he unearthed the fundamental principle of hope. His teachings form the foundation of Buddhism, and at their core, they offer a powerful message. No matter how bleak life may appear, hope can always be found. The Four Noble Truths, the cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy, provide us with a deep understanding of suffering and, by extension, the nature of hope. They teach us that suffering is an intrinsic part of life, that it has a cause, and that it can be transcended. The first noble truth acknowledges the existence of suffering in the world, which in itself is an acknowledgement of the pain and difficulties we all face. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering, which often lies in our attachment and desires. Here, hope comes into play as it urges us to detach from the impermanent, to release our grasp on fleeting pleasures, and to direct our focus towards inner peace. The third noble truth presents the hope of liberation from suffering, and the fourth noble truth outlines the Eightfold Path as the means to attain this liberation. This path encompasses various virtues and practices that guide individuals towards living a life that is in harmony with the principles of Buddhism. The power of mindfulness. In our pursuit of understanding how Buddhism can inspire hope, we must explore the profound concept of mindfulness. Mindfulness is an essential aspect of Buddhist practice and is deeply intertwined with hope and resilience. Mindfulness, in its simplest form, means being fully aware of the present moment without judgment. It encourages us to pay attention to our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations. Through mindfulness, we can develop a profound understanding of ourselves, our suffering, and the impermanent nature of all things. One of the most powerful aspects of mindfulness is that it enables us to recognize the cycles of hope and despair within our own minds. By observing our thoughts and emotions without attachment or aversion, we can learn to let go of the negative patterns that contribute to despair and cultivate the positive ones that nurture hope. In Buddhist teachings, it is emphasized that the key to maintaining hope is to stay rooted in the present moment. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. What we have is the present, and it is in this moment that we can make choices and find hope. By training our minds through mindfulness, we can steer them away from dwelling on the past or fearing the future, which often lead to the loss of hope. Impermanence and hope. Buddhism teaches us that one of the root causes of suffering is our attachment to things that are impermanent. In this chapter, we will delve deep into the concept of impermanence and how it can help us nurture hope in our lives. Impermanence, or the transitory nature of all things, is a fundamental teaching of Buddhism. It reminds us that nothing in this world lasts forever. This understanding, while seemingly bleak, is also a source of profound hope. Imagine a life where nothing ever changed. If everything were permanent, there would be no room for growth, no opportunity for transformation, and no reason to hope for a better tomorrow. Impermanence is the catalyst for change, and change is the breeding ground for hope. It is through the realization of impermanence that we learn to let go of our attachments to people, possessions, and situations. While it may seem that detachment would lead to despair, it actually opens the door to a deeper sense of hope. When we release our attachment to specific outcomes or expectations, we are free to embrace the uncertainty of life and the potential for positive change. The practice of compassion. Compassion is at the heart of Buddhist teachings and an essential component of maintaining hope in our lives. Buddhism teaches us that by cultivating compassion, we not only alleviate the suffering of others, but also find hope for ourselves. In Buddhism, compassion is described as the wish for all beings to be free from suffering. This powerful virtue encourages us to extend our care and concern beyond ourselves and our immediate circles, fostering a sense of interconnectedness with all living beings. When we practice compassion, we generate positive energy that can counteract feelings of hopelessness and despair. Through compassion, we find hope in the possibility of a more compassionate world. We realize that we have the power to alleviate suffering, both in our own lives and in the lives of others. The practice of compassion also offers us a sense of purpose. When we extend our compassion to those in need, we recognize that our actions can have a positive impact on the world. This realization is a wellspring of hope, motivating us to continue our compassionate efforts and make a meaningful difference. The art of resilience. Hope and resilience are intertwined like the roots of a great tree, strengthening each other and enabling us to weather life's storms. In Buddhism, resilience is cultivated through the understanding of the impermanence of all things and the practice of mindfulness and compassion. This chapter will explore the art of resilience as a means to never lose hope in your life. Resilience is the capacity to bounce back from adversity and emerge stronger and wiser. It is the ability to face challenges head-on, adapt to changing circumstances, and remain hopeful in the face of setbacks. Buddhism provides a roadmap to resilience, offering strategies to cope with life's difficulties and emerge with renewed hope. One of the key teachings of resilience in Buddhism is the impermanence of all things. When we understand that both joy and suffering are fleeting, we are better equipped to navigate life's ups and downs with equanimity. This understanding allows us to maintain hope, even in the face of adversity, knowing that change is inevitable and that suffering, too, shall pass. Resilience is also closely connected to the practice of mindfulness. By being fully present in the moment, we can better assess and respond to challenges as they arise. We become more adaptable and less reactive, which fosters a sense of hope in our ability to navigate difficult situations. The path to inner peace. Hope is not merely the expectation of external circumstances improving. It is also deeply rooted in the quest for inner peace. Buddhism offers profound insights into the path to inner peace, which in turn nurtures hope even in the most challenging of times. The journey to inner peace, in Buddhist terms, involves silencing the inner turbulence of the mind. It's about achieving a state of mental tranquility, where the ceaseless waves of thoughts and emotions no longer toss us about. Inner peace is often seen as the precursor to hope, as a tranquil mind is more capable of nurturing positive and hopeful thoughts. The practice of meditation is a powerful tool in the pursuit of inner peace. Through meditation, we learn to observe our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. This practice allows us to untangle ourselves from the web of our own thoughts, providing a sense of liberation and inner peace. One of the key aspects of Buddhism is the belief in our innate capacity for awakening and enlightenment. This belief is an affirmation of hope, as it suggests that no matter where we are in life, we have the potential to transcend suffering and find peace. By walking the path to inner peace, we kindle the flame of hope that burns eternally within us. The interconnectedness of all beings. Buddhism teaches us that we are all interconnected, that our actions have ripple effects on the world around us. Understanding this interconnectedness is a source of hope, as it reminds us that our actions matter and can contribute to the betterment of the world. The concept of interconnectedness, often referred to as interdependence, is central to Buddhist philosophy. It underscores the idea that all living beings and phenomena are interrelated and interdependent. This realization prompts us to consider the consequences of our actions and the role we play in the larger tapestry of existence. When we grasp the concept of interconnectedness, we understand that our actions can either contribute to the well-being of others or perpetuate suffering. This understanding is a catalyst for hope, as it empowers us to make choices that lead to positive change and a more harmonious world. In the face of global challenges such as climate change, poverty, and social inequality, interconnectedness serves as a beacon of hope. It reminds us that collective action can bring about transformation on a grand scale. By working together, we can create a world that is more compassionate, just, and sustainable. The role of faith and wisdom. Hope is often associated with faith, and Buddhism offers a unique perspective on faith that is grounded in wisdom. In this chapter, we will explore the role of faith and wisdom in nurturing hope. Buddhism places a strong emphasis on faith, but it is not a blind or dogmatic faith. Rather, it is a faith that is built on understanding and direct experience. The Buddha encouraged his followers to question, to investigate, and to test his teachings. This kind of faith is rooted in wisdom, as it is based on a deep comprehension of the principles of Buddhism. Faith, in the Buddhist sense, is not about putting one's trust in external deities or supernatural forces. It is about having confidence in the path and the potential for transformation. It is faith in the power of the human mind to overcome suffering and find hope. Wisdom, on the other hand, is the light that guides our faith. It is the discernment that arises from deep contemplation and mindfulness. Wisdom allows us to see through the illusions of the ego and to recognize the impermanent and interdependent nature of all things. With wisdom, we gain insight into the causes of suffering and the path to liberation. Together, faith and wisdom form a powerful duo that sustains hope. Faith provides the inspiration to embark on the journey, while wisdom provides the guidance to navigate its twists and turns. This combination of faith and wisdom creates a profound sense of hope, grounded in a deep understanding of the nature of reality and the potential for transformation. Facing adversity with equanimity. Life is filled with challenges and adversity, and Buddhism teaches us the art of facing these difficulties with equanimity. This equanimity is a powerful source of hope, as it enables us to remain steady and hopeful even in the midst of life's storms. Equanimity is the quality of even-mindedness, a state of mental balance that is unshaken by the ups and downs of life. It is the ability to face both success and failure, joy and sorrow, with composure and inner peace. In Buddhism, equanimity is seen as a virtue that helps us navigate the ever-changing tides of life. When we face adversity with equanimity, we cultivate a profound sense of hope. We recognize that both success and failure are impermanent, and that all experiences are part of the natural ebb and flow of life. This understanding allows us to remain hopeful, even in the face of setbacks and challenges. Equanimity also helps us let go of attachment to specific outcomes. It reminds us that we cannot control all aspects of our lives, and sometimes, despite our best efforts, things may not go as planned. This acceptance of the uncontrollable is a wellspring of hope, as it allows us to find contentment and peace in the midst of uncertainty. The Noble Eightfold Path and Hope. The Noble Eightfold Path, one of the central teachings of Buddhism, provides a comprehensive roadmap for living a life that is in harmony with the principles of Buddhism. In this chapter, we will explore how the Eightfold Path can be a guide to nurturing hope in our lives. The Eightfold Path is divided into 3 categories: wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. These categories encompass various aspects of our lives and offer a holistic approach to personal and spiritual development. In the wisdom category, we find right understanding and right intention. Right understanding involves understanding the 4 noble truths and the nature of suffering and liberation. Right intention is about cultivating positive and wholesome intentions. Both of these aspects are fundamental to the cultivation of hope. Right understanding provides a clear perspective on the nature of suffering and the path to liberation, while right intention encourages us to cultivate the intention to live a life of compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. In the ethical conduct category, we find right speech, right action, and right livelihood. These aspects of the Eightfold Path guide us in our interactions with others and in our daily lives. By practicing right speech and right action, we can create a more harmonious and compassionate world, which in turn nurtures hope. Right livelihood encourages us to choose a vocation that is in alignment with our values and promotes the well-being of others. In the mental discipline category, we find right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. These aspects are directly related to the cultivation of hope. Right effort encourages us to make a sustained effort in cultivating wholesome qualities and letting go of unwholesome ones. Right mindfulness is the key to staying present and focused on the present moment, which is essential for maintaining hope. Right concentration involves developing a concentrated and tranquil mind, which is conducive to inner peace and hope. The Noble Eightfold Path, when followed with dedication, provides a comprehensive framework for living a life that is grounded in wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. This way of life is inherently hopeful, as it leads to a deep understanding of the nature of suffering and the path to liberation. Compassion for ourselves. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of self-compassion as a means to nurture hope. Compassion for oneself is often overlooked, but it is a crucial aspect of maintaining hope and resilience. Self-compassion is the practice of treating oneself with the same kindness and care that one would offer to a friend. It involves acknowledging one's own suffering and extending compassion and understanding to oneself. This practice is rooted in the belief that we must first cultivate compassion within ourselves before we can effectively extend it to others. In our journey through life, we often encounter moments of self-doubt, self-criticism, and self-blame. These inner voices can be a significant source of hopelessness. Self-compassion offers a way to counteract these negative self-perceptions and provide ourselves with the support and encouragement we need. When we treat ourselves with compassion, we develop a sense of inner security and self-worth. This self-assurance is a wellspring of hope, as it enables us to face challenges and setbacks with a sense of resilience and self-belief. Self-compassion encourages us to view ourselves with the same loving gaze that Buddhism teaches we should direct towards all living beings. Gratitude and hope. Gratitude is a powerful practice that can help us nurture hope in our lives. Buddhism acknowledges the importance of gratitude as a means to foster contentment, joy, and hope. Gratitude involves recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of our lives, even in the midst of challenges and suffering. It is a practice that shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, from what has gone wrong to what is going right. In this shift of perspective, we find a wellspring of hope. Buddhism teaches that suffering often arises from our constant craving for what we do not have. Gratitude counters this craving by helping us recognize the abundance that already exists in our lives. When we take a moment to reflect on the simple blessings of life, such as the air we breathe, the food we eat, and the people who love us, we find hope in the realization that our lives are filled with goodness. Gratitude also helps us shift our perspective from a sense of entitlement to a sense of appreciation. In this shift, we become more open to the beauty and wonder of the world around us. Our hearts are filled with a sense of wonder, and we approach life with a childlike curiosity, which is a potent source of hope. Embracing change and uncertainty. In our journey through life, change and uncertainty are constants. Buddhism offers profound insights into how to embrace these aspects of existence and find hope in the midst of the unknown. Change is a fundamental aspect of existence, and resisting it often leads to suffering. Buddhism teaches us to embrace change as a natural part of life and to see it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. When we learn to flow with the currents of change, we find hope in the ever-unfolding possibilities of life. Uncertainty, too, is an inescapable part of the human experience. We never know what the future holds, and this uncertainty can be a source of anxiety and fear. Buddhism encourages us to accept uncertainty as an inherent aspect of existence and to find hope in the present moment. By embracing change and uncertainty, we let go of the need for life to conform to our expectations. We become open to the unknown, and in this openness, we discover hope. We see that every moment is a new opportunity, a new beginning, and a new chance to find joy, love, and purpose. The role of community and support. Hope is not a solitary endeavor. It often flourishes in the fertile soil of community and support. Buddhism places a strong emphasis on the importance of spiritual community, or Sangha, as a means to nurture hope. The Sangha is a community of like-minded individuals who come together to support one another in their spiritual journeys. It serves as a source of inspiration, guidance, and encouragement. Being part of a spiritual community provides a sense of belonging and connection, which is essential for nurturing hope. In times of difficulty and despair, the Sangha can offer a lifeline of support. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles and that there are others who have faced similar challenges and found hope. The shared wisdom and experiences within the community can be a wellspring of inspiration. In addition to the Sangha, personal relationships and support systems play a crucial role in nurturing hope. Friends, family, and mentors can provide a sense of encouragement and a listening ear during difficult times. They remind us that we are loved and valued, which is a powerful source of hope. Letting go of the ego. One of the key teachings of Buddhism is the concept of egolessness or selflessness. Buddhism invites us to let go of the ego, the sense of self, and find hope in the liberation that comes with this surrender. The ego is often the source of much suffering and hopelessness. It leads to a constant striving for self-preservation, self-gratification, and self-enhancement. This self-centered perspective can create conflict, dissatisfaction, and despair. Buddhism teaches us that the ego is an illusion, a constructed sense of self that is not based in reality. When we recognize the emptiness of the ego and let go of the attachment to a fixed self, we find hope in the liberation that comes with this realization. Letting go of the ego allows us to transcend the limitations of a self-centered perspective and see the interconnectedness of all things. We find hope in the understanding that we are not separate from the world, but an integral part of it. This realization fosters a sense of responsibility and compassion, which in turn nurtures hope for a more just and compassionate world. The path to enlightenment. In the final chapter of our exploration, we will discuss the ultimate goal of Buddhism: enlightenment. Enlightenment is the state of awakening to the true nature of reality and experiencing a profound sense of inner peace and liberation. It is the culmination of the spiritual journey and the embodiment of hope. Enlightenment is often described as the end of suffering and the realization of our true nature. It is a state of profound clarity and wisdom, where we see the world as it truly is, free from the distortions of the ego. In this state, we find an unshakable hope in the possibility of transcending suffering and achieving lasting happiness. The path to enlightenment is not an easy one, and it requires dedication, patience, and unwavering faith. But as we walk this path, we are guided by the light of hope. We believe in the possibility of transformation, in the potential for liberation, and in the power of the human spirit to awaken to its highest potential. In the teachings of Buddhism, enlightenment is not a distant and unattainable goal. It is a seed that exists within each of us. We all have the potential to awaken to our true nature and experience the profound hope that comes with it. Buddhism provides a profound understanding of the nature of suffering, the impermanence of all things, and the path to liberation. It offers a comprehensive framework for living a life that is grounded in wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. It encourages us to embrace change and uncertainty, to let go of the ego, and to find hope in the interconnectedness of all beings. We hope that you have found inspiration and guidance in the teachings of Buddhism. We hope that you now understand why you should never lose hope in your life. Hope is not a fleeting emotion, but a profound and enduring state of being. It is a flame that can be kindled within your heart, a light that can guide you through the darkest of nights. It is a gift that you can give to yourself and to the world. In the words of the Buddha, 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. May the truth of hope shine brightly in your life, illuminating your path with its gentle and unwavering light.